Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Winston now to throw on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Squeeze, double. One more.
Here's Winston. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point, good by Aguayo. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. To throw is Darnold. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Go, son. 55. Check, 55. Come on. Red 80. We own them. Hatchet. Red 80.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that. They might just...
Defensive teams think they come in bunches.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Ballage. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
25, check 25, check 25, check 20. Green, 17.
Third and short yardage. Winston going up top. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, an even 90 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
Who the fuck that is out there checking? That game killed. Ooh.
The point after now for Aguayo. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Second down, McKinnon. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Lady. Switch. Red 80.
Throwing here on third down. Darnold escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Darnold from the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Kill. Flip it. Easy. Hey, check.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
We want it. Come to my world.
Now Balaj. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hello. You want a game? Who you want for volleyball? Chris Irvin.
Check.
I got the same, bro.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
Winston now from the 50. And a tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Parker, the intended target. Third down here.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Check 31.
Three. You said Ryan?
57. Push him back. Let's go.
On third down, Winston. Got a man, Slayton. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
How old, Bob? Oh, hell no.
To the air again with Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Jameis now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
You know what? Send it to my inbox, bro. Send it to my inbox.
From the red zone now, Winston. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. From the gun, Winston. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Quentin Williams He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the shotgun, it's Winston. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Here's Roberto Aguayo for the field goal try. And Aguayo's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
I did be the case. The murder case.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. Let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively. Nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. A play fake, and it's Darnold. He's going deep for Brown. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Jameis to throw it. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. He was looking for Parker that time. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Now it's Darnold. Buying time to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
Just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Darnold to throw again. Dancing to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because of one play.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kalen Ballage. 76 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Aguayo able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Amount of drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Steps away to his left. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22. On first down, Darnold. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Mike 54. Check tight, check tight, check tight.
Winston now. Going deep here for Parker. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 57, Mike 57. Right here, right here. 57 to Mike. I got you. I got you. 57 to Mike.
Working out of the gun. Winston. Looking long for Westbrook. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
He's checking crowd. Check 13. Check flip it, flip it, flip it. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Let's get this.
Final play of the half here. Winston. Looking deep downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about 31. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
To throw again on second down. Darnold, and that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Darnold. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. A first down throw, Darnold being chased out left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. P.J. Williams with a pick, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Following the interception, Winston. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point, good by Aguayo. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us?
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Here's Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Throwing on second and long. Winston. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Quinnen Williams. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. 3rd and long for Winston. And Winston lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Darnold, forced out to his left. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, and it's 3rd down.
Let's go. Red 80. Defense. Check.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now Darnold. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Back to throw, Darnold. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Watch the shift. Jam. Come on. Sunday. Let's go.
Again, it's Balaj. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
They're running it. 57's Mike. Mike 57. All day, baby, all day. Flip it. 57.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Catch made by Slayton. And they work this out past the 25. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready? 57. 3 buzz. Shift. Green, triple T. 5-0. 57.
A 1st down throw for Winston. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Aguayo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take